Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you are fine. So student, in the last part of the video, I have started a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, and the name of the chapter is Arithmetic Progression. In that part, I told you about sequence and the definition of arithmetic progression. In the last part also, we have studied the common difference of AP. Means we have studied that in AP, the common difference remains constant. Okay? And how we can calculate the common difference? From any term minus previous term. Okay? From any term minus previous term. And in that part also, I have told you how to write a particular term with the help of first term and the common difference. I told you in an AP, first term is represented by A and the common difference is represented by D. So with the help of A and D, we can write second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So I told you the formula of nth term of an AP, which is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. And that nth term can be represented like Tn. T for term and for n. So this is known as nth term, and the formula of nth term will be A plus n minus 1 D. By the help of this formula, you can get the value of any term. Suppose you have to get the value of 10th term, so in place of n, you will put 10. So in that formula, when you will put the value of n, you will get A plus 9D. And I also told you that if you have to write 5th term, then add 1 less than D in the first term. Suppose you have to write 8th term, so in A, how many D you will add? 1 less than 8, that is 7D. If you have to write 9th term, then in A, how many D you will add? 8D, and so on. And this assumption comes from this formula only. Okay, when you will put n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, you will get the number of terms of an AP. Number of terms means you can get the first term, you can get the second term, you can get the third term. Okay, students, I told you that a sequence can have finite terms also and infinite terms also. It means that AP is also a sequence, so it may have finite terms also and infinite terms also. In our syllabus, we are talking about the finite terms. Finite terms means which we can count. Okay, so we assume that in an AP there are n term. N term means suppose first, second, third, n term. And the value of n can be anything. N can be 10, n can be 12, n can be 13. Means if n equal to 13, it means a AP should have 13 terms. If n equal to 15, then a AP should have 15 terms, and so on. Means n represent how many terms a AP should have. Okay, so we are talking about the finite number of terms in an AP, and we will assume that in our AP how many terms are there? N terms are there. Okay, so student, if a AP have n term, so what will be the value of the nth term? So that can be calculated by this formula. So suppose if an AP has n terms, student, n terms. So if a AP has n terms, it means a AP has finite terms which we can count it. So whatever value will be the n, that will be the last term of the AP also. See, suppose a AP have 15 terms. Suppose a AP has 15 terms. So that 15 term will also be the last term, na? That 15 term will also be the last term because a AP have only 15 terms. Okay, so if whatever number of terms an AP have, that term is also known as the last term of an AP. So what we will write? If an AP has n terms, then nth term of an AP will also be its last term. Okay, if a AP has 10 term, so the 10th term will be the last term. If an AP has 20 term, so the 20th term will be the last term. Okay, so similarly, if an AP has n terms, then the nth term of an AP will also be its last term, and this last term will be denoted by small l. So what I told you, if an AP has n terms, then nth term will be the last term. It means that Tn, this is the nth term, this will equal to the last term, or we can say L will be equal to Tn. We can say na, L will be equal to Tn, because an AP has n term, so the nth term will be its last term. So L can be equal to nth term, and what is the value of nth term? A plus n minus 1 into d. So that L is also equal to A plus n minus 1 d. So this is the another formula. Okay, here L is what? Last term, A is first term, n is number of term, and d is common difference. So after this formula you will write where L equal to last term, A equal to first term, n equal to number of terms, and d is equal to common difference. Okay, whenever you write or read the formula, you should know the meaning of all the symbol present in the formula. Okay, because in this formula 4 types of symbols are present. L, so you should know the meaning of L also. L is the last term, A is the first term, n is the number of term, d is the common difference. Okay, so this thing we are talking about the finite terms of an AP, because in our syllabus only finite terms are there. If an AP has infinite terms, so in that case there will not be any last term, because if we cannot count it, so how we can define the last term? We cannot define the last term. We can define the last term only in that condition when the number of terms are finite. Okay, so the last term definition can be based on the number of terms. If the number of terms is finite, so the nth term will be the last term. If the number of terms is infinite, so we cannot determine the last term. Okay, so first write these things. This is the formula. Okay, one more formula is there, but that I will tell you after solving some questions. Okay, so I hope you have noted down all these things. So whatever formula we have studied up to this part, that is sufficient to solve up to exercise 5.2. Okay, so I am not move to 5.2. I will start from 5.1 only. Okay, so don't be panic. We will start from simple question so that you can understand. Suppose student, I am solving example number 1. Okay, example number 1, page number 98. You can note down. You should have maths book while watching the video. Okay, you should have maths NCERT book when you are watching maths video. Okay, so page number 98, it can vary according to the book, because I am having old book. Example number 1. Okay, example number 1 is that for the AP, AP is given, that is 3/2, 1/2, minus 1/2, minus 3/2, ... Okay, write the first term, A, and common difference. Okay, this is the question, and AP is given. You have to write the first term and its common difference. So first term, you all know, first term, by seeing it only we can say the first term is 3/2. So the value of A will be equal to, solution is first term is represented by A, and which is equal to how much? 3 by 2. Now we have to calculate the common difference, and I told you how to calculate the common difference. Any term minus preceding term or previous term. Okay, so we cannot take 3 by 2. Why we are not taking 3 by 2? Because before 3 by 2 there is no any number, so we will start from 1 by 2. When I will take 1 by 2, so for calculating d, for if I take 1 by 2, so the preceding number of 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So for common difference I can take any two number. So common difference I am taking 1 by 2. So when I will subtract 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2, I can get common difference. That is the way to calculate common difference. You have to take any two terms and you have to subtract in that manner that term minus previous term. Okay, you can choose any two term. I am taking these two, you can take these two also, you can take these two also. Both will give, all will give the same answer, because in an AP common difference is constant, means common difference is same. Whatever two numbers you will take, whatever two consecutive numbers you will take, the answer will come same in case of common difference. Okay, so common difference is equal to 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2. When you will solve it, LCM will be 2. So 1 minus 3, so that is minus 2 by 2, so minus 1. So first term is 3 by 2 and common difference is minus 1. Okay, so by that way you can find the first term and the common difference. See, for calculated common difference you can take any two consecutive term, you can take these two also, you can take these two also, you can take these two also. But how you can subtract? If you are taking these two, so you have to subtract this minus this. If you have to subtract these two, then you have to subtract this minus this. If you have to subtract these two, then you have to subtract this minus this. Means that term minus previous term, that term minus previous term, that term minus previous term. Like this manner we are subtracting. Okay, so you can take any two terms, any two consecutive terms for calculating common difference. Now one more type of question I am going to solve, that is example number 2. Example number 2. It is also at page number 98. Which of the following list of numbers form an AP? Okay, after that, if they are in AP, write the next two terms. Okay, so see, there are many parts of example number 2, so I am solving first part. See, 4, 10, 16, 22, dot. First part is this. Okay, in this question, what this question is saying, which of the following list of numbers form an AP? Okay, 4 parts are given. I have written only first part. So first you have to check whether these sequence are in AP or not. Okay, whether these sequence are in AP or not. And if they are in AP, then you have to write the next two terms. When next two term means इसके आगे कौन-कौन से terms आएंगे वो लिखना है. ठीक है? Now, so for checking the particular sequence are in AP or not, what we do? We see the common difference of two terms. If the common difference of consecutive two terms are remain constant throughout the sequence, then that is known as AP. So for calculating common difference, when we will calculate, that is D. So D can be calculated by what? We can take any two consecutive number. We cannot take 4 because before 4 there is no any number. So we will take 10. So 10 minus 4, that is 6. So common difference comes 6. Now let's check for the another two number, consecutive number. So in that case also, when I will take 16, so when I will subtract 16 minus 10, I will get again 6. Now check these two also again. So common difference can be 22 minus 16, that is 6. I told you now how to calculate common difference. You have to take two consecutive terms, and how you have to subtract second term minus previous term, means that term minus previous term or preceding term. So 10 minus 4, 6, 16 minus 10, 6, 22 minus 16, 6. So you are seeing that common difference remain constant, means common difference, the value of common difference are same throughout the sequence. It means that after that what we will write, because common difference is constant, and in AP common difference is always constant, hence 4, 10, 16, 22, dot 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 are in AP. Okay, now they are in AP, so you have solved that. Now after that, if they are in AP, because they are already in AP, so you have to write the next two terms also. So what will be the value of next two terms? See, 4 then 10, 10 के बाद 16, 16 के बाद 22. So you are seeing a pattern na? We are adding just plus 6 in each number. 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 6 16, 16 plus 6 22. So 22 plus 6 will be 28. 22 plus 6 will be 28. Okay, or there is another method also. See, this is the first term na? This is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term. You have to find fifth term. Okay, I am telling you the another method. Okay, first method was just follow the pattern. 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 6 16, 16 plus 6 22, 22 plus 6 28, 28 plus 6 34. Now another method, because it is the first, it is the second, third, fourth, fifth. Now first term is now 4, and first term is represented by 8, that is 4. Common difference is 6. So what will be the fifth term? Because up to 4 term is given, and we have to find fifth term and sixth term. So fifth term can be written as like this now, A plus. If you have to find out the fifth term, how many D you will add? You will add 1 less than D. Means if you are calculating fifth term, then you have to add 4D in A. So 4D. So A is what? 4 and D is 6. So 4 plus 24, that is 28. You got it now? Similarly, T6 will be A plus 5D. जिस टर्म जो भी टर्म निकालना है उससे एक कम D ऐड करते हैं हम लोग फर्स्ट टर्म में. So T6 is equal to A plus 5D. So 4 plus 5 into 6, that is 4 plus 30, that is 34. So the next two term is 28 and 34. Okay. Similarly, you can also solve the remaining question. First, you have to check whether they are in the common, whether they are in AP or not. For checking they are in AP, you have to find their common difference. If the common difference is constant, then the particular sequence in AP. If they are not constant, then they are not in AP. And common difference, I told, I think 10 times. From where I have started this chapter, I told you 10 times how to solve common difference. Okay. So I think you have got how to solve common difference. Common difference is any term minus previous term. We cannot take 4, so we will take 10. So 10 minus 4, 6. 16 minus 10, 6. 22 minus 16, 6. Okay. So remaining part of example number 2, you can solve by yourself. Now I am going to solve exercise 5.1. Exercise 5.1, and student, you have to complete this today only. I will tell, because I have already told you how to solve. Now exercise 5.1, question number 1, part 1. Now what is question number 1? In which of the following situation, I hope you all having a maths book with you, okay? So I am not writing the question. In which of the following situation does the list of number involve make an arithmetic progression and why? Okay. In question number 1, there are many statements are here, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. And for each cases, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, you have to prove that whether they are in AP or not. If they are in AP, then why it is in AP. You have to show it. Okay. So some situations are given and based upon their values you have to check whether they are in AP or not, and if they are in AP then why, how. Okay, so first case is there, the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is ₹15 for the first kilometer and ₹8 for each extra kilometer, each additional kilometer, okay. This is the first situation, the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is ₹15 for first kilometer and ₹8 for each additional kilometer. Okay, now student, just take one example. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? A taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is ₹15 for first kilometer means when a taxi goes for first kilometer it takes how much rupees? 15, and when it move kilometer by kilometer extra, then it takes 8 rupees per kilometer extra additional charge. Okay, means it will take 15 rupees for 1 kilometer, and if she goes 2 kilometer, then it will take additional charge also, that is 8. So now if it will go 1 kilometer, student, so how many cost it will take? It will take ₹15. Suppose if it goes for 1 kilometer, it will take 15 rupees. Now suppose it will go for 2 kilometer, so how much rupees it will take? So for first kilometer it will take 15 rupees, and because after covering first kilometer it should have to cover one more kilometer, so for calculating one more kilometer it takes 8 rupees extra. So 15 plus 8, that is 23 rupees for 2 kilometer. Now for 3 kilometer, for first kilometer it will take 15, then the second kilometer is 8, then the third kilometer is also 8, then again it is 31 rupees. Now for 4th kilometer, again for first kilometer 15, then for second kilometer 8, then third for 8, and then again 8, so it means 39 rupees. Now first, second, third, fourth, 15, 23, 21, 29. Okay, so first kilometer you can assume as T1. First kilometer you can assume as T1. Second kilometer you can assume as T2. Third kilometer you can assume as T3, and fourth kilometer you can assume as T4. Now first term is 15, second term is 23, third term is 31, and fourth term is 39, and so on, because we don't know now how much distance it should cover. So we have calculated the cost of first kilometer, second kilometer, third kilometer, and fourth kilometer. Okay, so I hope you have understood. For first kilometer it is taking 15 rupees, and after additional kilometer it takes 8 rupees extra. Okay, so 15 plus 8, 15 plus 8 plus 8, 15 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So now T1, T2, T3, T4, dot dot dot. T1 was the first kilometer and the cost of the first kilometer was 15 rupees. 15 rupees 15. For this rupees 23. For this rupees 31. And for this rupees 39. Dot dot dot. So you have to check whether these conditions are forming AP or not. So for calculating AP, for checking whether a sequence is in AP or not, you have to find the common difference. So common difference that is D can be calculated by any term minus previous term. So we can take 23. So 23 minus 15, that is 8. Similarly, common difference can also be calculated by 31 minus 23, this term minus this term, that is also 8. Similarly, D is equal to 39 minus 31, that is also 8. So you are seeing now the costs are forming an AP because the common difference is same. Here is also 8, here is also 8, here is also 8. Hence, because common difference that is D is constant or same, hence the following situation forms an AP. Okay, we have given the reason also. First, we have calculated the cost of per kilometer, that is cost of first kilometer was 15, cost of second kilometer was 23, third was 31 and fourth was 39. So for that we have checked the common case, so hence they are forming an AP. Part third is also same. Okay, so first part I told you and second, third, fourth part you have to do by yourself. I can tell you the answer. First part are forming AP, second part will not form an AP. Okay, you can solve it. Third part is also forming an AP, and fourth part is not forming an AP. See, whenever compound interest comes, compound interest never forms an AP. So fourth part is based on the compound interest. Okay, first part I told you, and in the remaining part you can do by yourself. Okay, four parts are there, one I told you how to show. If they are in AP, then you write because common difference is same, so they are in AP. After that, if they are not forming an AP, it means common difference will not come same. I can tell you one more part so that you can understand more. Okay, otherwise you will say, sir, you have told only one part. And student, listen, don't think that whatever chapters we are teaching you, that will be taught again in the class. No, there will be only revision classes. Okay, whatever chapter we will complete, that will have only revision classes. Okay, so please watch the video if you are not watching. Second part I can solve. Question number 1, part second. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. Okay, you have to check this condition forms an AP or not. Suppose it is cylinder is there a cylinder is there, okay, and its volume is V, okay. So suppose initial the amount of air present in and its volume is V, okay. Amount of air means it should volume. So what you assume, let the amount of air that is volume, amount of air means volume present in cylinder initially means in starting, initially is V. Suppose that much volume are present in the cylinder initially, and when the vacuum pump operates, it reduces its 1/4 volume. Means suppose a cylinder is here and one vacuum pump is here, that is vacuum pump, okay. So when this operates, it removes 1/4 of the air in the cylinder. See, so if in the starting volume is V, so how much part it removes? It removes 1/4 part, na? 1/4 part of volume, means removed part will be what? Removed part will be 1/4 into V. That much part is removed from the cylinder. So that much part is removed, V/4. So what will be the remaining volume of the cylinder? So remaining volume will be in cylinder, that is initial was V and that much is removed, so V minus V/4. So when you will take LCM will come 4, so 4V minus V, that is 3V/4. So now that much part will be left, okay, that much part will be left. So first note down this thing. Now I am going to erase the question because it takes time. Now student, earlier it was having volume V. After the operation of vacuum pump, it remains only 3/4, okay, it remains only 3/4. Now again, when one more time vacuum pumps will operate, again it will remove how much volume? 1/4 volume. So when again vacuum pump, it is the type of physics question, okay, operates, it removes again 1/4 of the remaining volume, because initial was V. When it operates in the cylinder, only that much volume is left. Now when this vacuum pump will operate, then it will remove 1/4 part of the remaining volume, and the remaining volume is 3/4, so 1/4 of 3V/4. So again removed volume, that is 1/4 of 3V/4, that is 3V/16, okay. See, initial was V, then when it removes 1/4, then 3/4 V is left. When again vacuum pump operates, then it will remove the 1/4 part of the remaining volume, that is 3/4 V. So that much part it will remove. So now how many parts are remaining? Now remaining volume, suppose it is V3. So the remaining volume was, initial was, in the second case remaining volume was this, and that 3V/16 is removed. So in that case remaining volume is 12V minus 3V, so 9/16V. So now that much volume are left in the cylinder. Initial was V. When the vacuum pump operates, then this much is left. When again the vacuum pump operates, then this much volume is left. So now 3 cases we have calculated now. 3 cases we have calculated, and in that 3 cases initial volume was V1, V2 and V3 and so on. जितनी बार ऑपरेट करेगा उतने वॉल्यूम कम होता जाएगा. So initial V1 means the initial volume, and initial volume was V. After that the remaining volume was 3 by 4V, and after that the remaining volume was 3V by 16 ... Now these are the following condition are following. Now we have to check they are in AP or not. So for checking the AP we have to calculate the common difference. So common difference D is equal to any term minus previous term. So 3 by 4V minus V. So see, 4 will be LCM. So 3V minus 4V. So minus V by 4. So if we have taken first two terms, so the common difference come minus V by 4. Now again common difference can be calculated by this minus this. So 9V by 16 minus 3 by 4V. So again LCM is 16. So 9V minus how much? 4 3 are 12V. So minus 3V by 16. Now student, when you have calculated the common difference, first we have calculated the remaining volume in the 3 cases. Initial was V. After the vacuum pump operates, the remaining volume was 3V by 4. Then again the vacuum pump operates, then the remaining volume is 9V by 16. When these conditions are formed, then we have to check whether they are in AP or not. So first we have calculated the common difference by subtracting these two. So 3 by 4 V minus V. After solving we got minus V by 4. Again we have calculated D. So 9V by 16 minus 3 by 4V. So in that case common difference is coming minus 3V by 16. So after this you will write here, because D is not same or constant, hence following situation will not form an AP. Okay. Will not form AP. So by this we have solved the question number 1, question number 1 part 1 and part 2. Part 3 and part 4 you can do by yourself, and in each case you have to follow this method only. First you have to form the condition, and after that you have to check whether they are in AP or not by the calculation of common difference. If the common difference are same, then they will form an AP. If the common difference are not same, then they will not form an AP. Okay. So I hope student you have understood this part. So first question you can do by yourself. You can do all questions student. Okay. So in the next part of the video I will solve the remaining part of exercise 5.1. Okay. So till then have a nice day. Take care. Thank you children.